Donald Trump has been out on the campaign trail in the lead up to today's midterm elections, hinting that he will soon announce his intentions to run for president once again in 2024. Joining us for more on what today's election results could mean for the former president and the rest of the United States is presidential historian Allan Lichtman. Allan, welcome. It is great to have you back on the program.
Thank you.
So, Allan, you have accurately predicted the winner of every presidential election going back to 1982, including Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So before we get to 2024, let's talk about today, what your prediction is for the midterms and what outcomes you're expecting to see.
Well, let me say I don't have a system for predicting midterms, so I can just give you my gut. So don't bet the house on it. Don't even bet your piggyback on it. I think there's no doubt that the Republicans will take back the U.S. House, and because of something that hardly anyone's been talking about, the extreme political gerrymandering, that is the jiggering of districts to favor Republicans over Democrats. We've seen this in such very big states as Florida and Texas. Republicans have a 20-plus seat advantage just from gerrymandering. So it's going to be real hard for Democrats to hold the House. The Senate is an absolute toss-up. There are half a dozen races too close to call. You talked about Georgia. Well, Georgia has a runoff system. If nobody gets 50+1, neither Warnock nor Walker, it's going to go to a runoff next month, and that's extremely likely. So we may not know the fate of the Senate until next month.
And so then, is it too early in your system of the different, I think there's about 13 different factors that you look at. Is it too early now to assess whether or not Donald Trump will be running in 2024, or have you already made that call?
Well, my system doesn't tell you who's running, but I've been on record in saying Donald Trump is going to have extreme difficulty gaining the Republican nomination, despite right now his very strong but eroding support among Republicans. Governor DeSantis of Florida is creeping up on him. Look, Donald Trump faces a myriad of potentially very serious criminal charges. There seems to be overwhelming evidence that he jeopardized national security by stealing some of our most sensitive secret documents and putting them in an unsecure location in Mar-a-Lago. There seems to be a building case against his election tampering in Georgia, which is being run by the DA in Fulton County, not by Justice. And of course, Justice is looking into his role in trying to overturn our democracy and thwart the will of the voters in 2020. Look, Lois, democracy is precious, but like precious things, it can be destroyed. After World War I, the first golden age of democracy, there were some 24 democracies. That dwindled down to 11 by the early to mid-1940s. American democracy is at greater peril than at any time since the era of the Civil War. We can lose it. You know, inflation comes and goes, but once you lose your democracy, you're not going to get it back, and neither party is going to stop inflation. So you can vote Republican, and you still have inflation, but you're putting democracy on risk because there are nearly 300 election deniers and skeptics on the ballot, or you can vote Democratic, and again, you still have inflation, but at least you'll preserve your democracy.
And that's a message we've been hearing from President Joe Biden, who, by the way, has said that he intends to run for president again in 2024. No formal decision yet, though. Do you believe he'll run again?
Well, let me go back to my 13 keys to the White House, which has been right for 40 years. If Biden runs, the Democrats have a vastly better chance of winning. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to comment on his age or his health, just hard politics. One of my keys is sitting president. Biden runs, you win that key. Another key is internal party battle. Biden runs, you win that key. If Biden doesn't run, you lose both of those keys for the Democrats. So the Democrats off the top will be down 2 keys. It takes 6 keys to predict a Democratic defeat. That would mean they only need 4 more keys to fall. But if Biden runs, they need 6 full keys to fall. So all those folks who are saying, oh my God, you know, you need another candidate, Biden shouldn't run, don't know anything about how elections really work.
We do have to leave it there. Such a fascinating conversation, as always. Presidential historian Allan Lichtman, thank you so much for your time today.
Take care.